everybody, thank you very much for watching. My name is Don. I want to say thank you to brothers and sisters out there that look into my videos. A thank you to Sister Carmen, very kind for your comments. I always appreciate your thoughts, as well as brothers and sisters. I want to do hopefully an interesting video. As a watchman, like my brother Mike 444, it's very important to, tell people what's going on in the world and to show how near we are to the end. This one, as the title suggests, Israeli war with Iran will lead to the Gog of Magog war and Jacob's trouble, or the tribulation, as the world will be dragged in. I know. I know that it's on temporary ceasefire at the moment, brought in by US and Trump, but I believe this is just the beginning and just a temporary, just temporary before it actually escalates again. I want to read a little bit about the news. I know, what happened, in the news to make this war, as this conflict starts, and that it was all planned about 30 years ago, this Israeli war with Iran, etc. As I said, it's going to lead to Jacob's trouble and the Gog of Magog war eventually. They will come together on the June 13th, 12th or 13th. Friday the 13th of June, but the night of 12th and 13th of June, overnight, over 100 Israeli jets, because they wanted to completely destroy. The purpose was they were worried about Iran posing a threat, imminent danger of building a nuclear bomb. This Iran, so they wanted to completely destroy it. So overnight, over 100 Israeli jets attacked over 100 military and sites, as well as uranium enrichment plants that could create nuclear bombs. You need about 90% enrichment. They had 60%, so they used that as an excuse to bomb all these things, as well as destroying missile launchers, infrastructure, military sites, killing nuclear scientists, and destroying airports, and head of Revolutionary Guards, a military commander, Salami. Israel called it the Operation Rising Lion. Sounds very, prophetic. Rising Lion. And then they to destroy all these nuclear facilities, but unfortunately they dragged America into the war as it's their allies, because they could destroy only on top of the ground, nuclear facilities, enrichment plants, but not the ones underground. So, unfortunately, on the US joined the war. Trump ordered, B-52 stealth bombers and over 100 other planes to destroy on the 22nd of June 2025, not that long ago, to destroy 3 uranium enrichment facilities. Natanz, another one, forgot its name, but also Fardo, which was built into the mountainside, right deep underground, and they dropped bunker buster bombs, they claim. But they have no no way of telling if they destroyed it. I believe, according to the Bible, what do you call it? It's going to be just Iran is mentioned. I will speak more about it after, in the Gog of Magog war. So they haven't beaten, but in fact they really want revenge, and they only postponed it for a bit, enriching uranium. As it says in, what do you call it, and in 1 Thessalonians 5:3, because Trump managed to do, Iran promised retaliation, but Trump and his team in America managed to get a ceasefire, but I believe it's just, as I said, temporary, as it says in 1 Thessalonians 5:3. Thessalonians 5:3. Whenever it is they are saying peace and security, then sudden destruction is to be instantly upon them, just as the pangs of distress upon a pregnant woman, and they will by no means escape. This war, as I said, what do you call it, was planned years ago. About in 1996, Netanyahu, said right then, we're talking about 1996, nearly about 30 years ago, Netanyahu said that Iran has got a nuclear missile, bringing diagrams of a nuclear bomb every 5 years or whatever until the present day. So, but the deep state, as Israel has colluded with America for about 30 years to destroy, what do you call it, Iran eventually. What do you call it? And what do you call it? Even what do you call it? I saw a video about, what do you call it? Jeffrey Sachs, who found out from people like General Wesley Clark that the wars in the Middle East were planned years ago by the elites, or cabal, or Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, or Zionists, whatever. Israel made a deal with America to bring down 7 countries in 5 years, but it took much longer than 5 years. Here's a little. General Wesley Clark revealed what he was shown in classified documents. We're talking about before 2001. So this is what he saw. So that General Wesley Clark revealed what is shown on classified documents, and it was Jeffrey Sachs that's actually has been telling people about this very recently, exposing this. So he said, so they planned 9/11 in New York, a false flag. It's like Israel colluding, using America to do the dirty work, to remove all the enemies. Jeffrey Sachs, you can see online, the US was to help Israel to remove enemies of Israel, by Jeffrey Sachs exposing this, and what General Wesley Clark reveals. So they have to get rid of Iraq, Syria, Lebanon. He saw this on a classified document. Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and unfortunately Iran is the last one and most important. So can you see, they were to remove 7 countries, and then actually toppled. So they used weapons of mass destruction of Saddam Hussein as a as a ploy. And so the 9/11, many believe, must have been a false flag. Unfortunately, the cabal elite are happy to harm even innocent people in their own countries to get their goal, as a pretext, as Wesley Clark showed, to attack Iraq, Iran, Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, now Iran. So all the enemies of Israel. So this has been planned for years ago. So, you know, it's good of people like Jeffrey Sachs exposing this, and General Wesley Clark. So this war with Iran, I mean, every one of them are either, you know, military action or toppled with a coup backed by the West. But Iran is the final one, the most important one, because it's in the Bible, so it must be very important. So makes you wonder, you know, that's October 7 attack, like what do you call it, was the same, a false flag, and what do you call it, Israeli News Live actually, what do you call it, did a video exposing October 7 was probably a false flag, which they did themselves, and his video was taken down. So it makes you wonder, so Israel would have a pretext to go against, you know, Gaza. Unfortunately, 60,000 innocent people, you know, in Gaza and the West Bank, and you also have an excuse to go against all the proxies of Iran, you know, Syria, bomb Syria, Lebanon, Yemen, especially from October 7, 2023. It's a sad attack on, you know, Israeli people. Hopefully it wasn't like Israeli News Live was saying in the video. It was a false flag, and they did it to their own people. Quite evil to get their ends, and it's so important. Iran, the very final one on their list to remove, is because, boy, it's in Bible prophecy. You know, let me read. Actually, in the Bible, and this war, you know, I know it's on pause, but many believe, even, you know, many people and ex-generals all believe that this war will spark again, and has a potential of a major war if it reignites again, and it will. It's only on pause for now. They believe, you know, it might have just set back Iran by a few months, or if not, you know, just a few months, if not a year or so, and they will be back. It has a potential for World War III. I might deal with that another video, because this war will drag the allies of Israel to come into the war, as they've already done. Israel, or you know, NATO and America and Israel on one side, and China, you know, Russia and Iran, the allies of Iran, on the other. So it can be very dangerous, and this will come. I believe that World War III is Gog of Magog war, and also Jacob's trouble, or the tribulation, once it resparks again. And in the Bible, as it shows, Ezekiel chapter 38, it's in the Bible. And I did a video 2 months ago, would you believe it, before this conflict actually happened. about Israel and versus Iran in end time Bible prophecy. And actually, I didn't realise it's going to come. And Trump gave a 2 months ultimatum. Well, one day after 2 months ran out, Israel bombed Iran. So you can't force Iran to, get rid of its nuclear program or do a nuclear deal in 2 months. It's not enough. But anyway, in the Bible, it's about Gog of Magog war, and it must occur. See, Iran is in the Bible, very important in the last days, and it must occur in that day that I shall give to Gog a place there. And it goes, sorry, where is it? And the word of Yahweh continued, this is Ezekiel 38, to occur to me, saying, Son of man, set your face against Gog of the land of Magog, the head chieftain of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And you must say to this, what the sovereign Lord Yahweh has said, Here I am against you, O Gog, you head chief of Meshach and Tubal, and I shall certainly turn you around and put hooks in your jaws and bring you with you all your military force, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed in perfect taste, numerous congregation with large shields and buckler, all of them handling swords. Persia, that's Iran, Ethiopia, and Put, Sudan, with them, all of them, buckler and helmet, Gomer, and all its bands, the house of Tamaga. You bring them from the remotest parts of the north, and all the people with them. Be ready, and let there be preparation on your part, you and all your congregation, those congregated with you, and you must become your God. After many days, you will be given attention. In the final part of the years, you will come to the land of the people brought back from the swords to Israel. Is going to try to invade Israel, collected together out of the many people onto the mountains of Israel, that they have proved to constantly devastated place, even that have been brought forth from the people, where they have dwelt in security, all of them. And you will be bound to come up like a storm. You will come in like the clouds to cover the land. That's it. With you come, and you and all your bands and many peoples with you. So it shows quite clearly that it's not the end of Iran. They will come back with a vengeance. Gog of Magog war, I might talk that a bit more another time, and they will join forces. They might be weakened, but they're coming back and very likely make a nuclear bomb, joining forces with Turkey, Russia, Sudan, Ethiopia, and all joining up, and they will attack. So it shows Iran is very, very important Bible prophecy, and it's not the end. They're going to eventually attack. Could be any time, this war. I would say probably over 1 near 2 years' time. But it could be sooner. But they will fight. Israel and Iran will fight in a major war before then. And one other time, very importantly, Michael the Archangel. So as in heaven, so upon the earth. As they're fighting on the earth, they're fighting in heaven. So this war in heaven with Michael the Archangel will occur when this war becomes a major war. If not before the end of 2025, definitely in 2026, a major war with Iran and Israel. And it might be as on earth, so in heaven. So Michael the Archangel is fighting with the Prince of Persia, which is Iran. Persia was its original name. Though it's twofold in the past, but it's also for the end times. And he went on to say to me, Do not be afraid, O Daniel. That's Angel Gabriel said to Daniel, for we've shown from the first day that you gave your heart to understanding and humbling yourself before your gods, your words have been heard, and I myself have come because of your words. But the prince of the royal realm of Persia, Iran, was standing in opposition to me for 21 days. And look, Michael, the archangel, is on God's side. One of the foremost princes came to help me, and I, for my part, remained there beside the kings of Persia. And I have come to cause you to discern, see what will befall your people in the final part of the days, because it is a vision yet for the days to come. So in the last days, Angel Gabriel let him see a vision, Daniel, of the last days. To see the final part of the days. Well, Persia is coming against Israel. The Prince of Persia and Michael the Archangel is fighting for Israel. Prince of Persia is a principality, a spirit that controls that area of Persia and influencing the wicked spirits. The Prince of Persia is influencing people that are ruling Persia or Iran to attack Israel. But as I said, it's all been planned. But God, at the end of the day, if they planned it or not, it's in the Bible, and God is ahead, a step ahead. If He's using them or Himself, God is in control. It's all God in control. And as you can see, and as in yet another place, there's two places in which Iran is trouble for Israel. Maybe Netanyahu knew that he was going to be attacked with Persia and tried to stop it beforehand, but in doing so he's created the end time prophecy. There are people in the Israeli government, Zionist government, that they actually want Netanyahu is Netanyahu and others do want end times to actually occur. He's part of the Kabad's, as it were, organisation. Just like Trump and and Putin. So everything, it's all connected. I want to show a little clip of the Bible, a little clip of a video, because Iran is in Bible, is in the Bible. It's a short video. I'm only going to show 2 minutes. Israel versus Iran war in the Bible. By daily effective prayers.
Have you ever wondered if today's headlines were written thousands of years ago? Right now, Israel and Iran are at war. But is it just politics and military strategy, or is something much bigger going on behind the scenes? Does the actually predict a war like this? And if it does, what comes next? In this video, we'll explore what the Bible says about wars involving Israel, ancient prophecies, and how they might relate to the events we're witnessing today. Over 2,000 years ago, Jesus warned his followers about the last days. In Matthew chapter 24, verse 6, he said, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not alarmed, for this must take place, but the end is not yet." For centuries, conflicts have come and gone. But every time war breaks out in the Middle East, especially involving Israel, people wonder, is this it? One of the most talked about Bible prophecies regarding war in Israel is found in Ezekiel chapters 38 and 39. It describes a massive attack on Israel by a coalition of nations, including a country called Persia, which we know today as Iran. Ezekiel chapter 38 verse 5 says, "Persia, Cush, and Put will be with them, all of them with shield and helmet." According to the prophecy, this coalition will invade Israel, but God himself will step in with earthquakes, hailstones, fire, and brimstone to defend his people. Ezekiel 38 verse 23 says, I will show my greatness and my holiness, and I will make myself known in the sight of many nations. Then they will know that I am the Lord. Some Bible scholars believe the Iran-Israel war could be a foreshadow of that coming event. But has it been fulfilled yet? Not fully. What we see today might be the buildup. Another
I believe when Iran, this major battle, Iran versus Israel, will eventually happen. This is part of God's judgment. It's because it will bring about Jacob's trouble, 7-year Jacob's trouble, but also judgment for the world, because as I said, we're going to either join Israel and the world will be dragged into a war, and Iran has many proxies and allies like Russia and China, as it says here, and because Iran has, the world and Israel has transgressed God's laws, broken his commandments. 24 verse 4. The land has gone to mourning. What do you call it? It was like verse 5. And the very land has been polluted under its inhabitants, for they have bypassed the laws, changed the regulations, broken the indefinitely lasting covenant. So they've done this, and since the inhabitants of the earth, as well as Israel, have transgressed the law, God has set a curse before the people and will devour the earth, it says here, making it empty and waste and burn. And God's judgment, because Israel has also rejected the Messiah as well as broken the laws, as in Deuteronomy also 11 says. Deuteronomy 11. Deuteronomy 11 verse 26 to 28, which says, See, I am putting before you today blessing and malediction, a curse. The blessings, provided you will obey the commandments of Yahweh your God that I am commanding to you, and the bad maledictions, if you do not obey the commandments of Yahweh your God, and you do not turn aside from the way about which I am commanding you today, so as to walk after other gods to whom you have not known. So it's not only the inhabitants of earth, but Israel will be punished for transgression or not obeying God's laws. And one of the biggest one is love your neighbour, and love God first, but also love your neighbour. That means anyone. And unfortunately, you can see they've broken the law about love enemy. Jesus said, love your enemies as yourself. Now, all the innocent people that are, have lost their lives in the bombing in Gaza. So, but also after this devastating war, which will eventually happen and will last for over a year, maybe within 2 years, it will, it will bring them closer together, the Gog of Magog war, and end times is upon us. So, and also I believe, and out of that devastating war, someone's going to come out, an Antichrist, claiming to bring peace out of this devastating war. But what it means to us, we need, we are definitely in the end times. If you haven't come to know Christ, it's very important, because He's the only means of salvation. We must keep a watch, because we are so near the end, and the Lord is going to come back very soon. We must keep a watch. Matthew 24. If you see these signs, wars and rumours of wars, this is it. It goes on to say, concerning that day and hour, no one knows, neither the angels of the heavens nor the Son of Man, but only the Father. For just as the days of Noah were when before the flood, so the presence of the Son of Man will be. He will come unexpected and judgment. For as they were in those days before the flood, eating and drinking, men marrying and women being given in marriage, they were so distracted with everyday life, they didn't realise, they saw about the signs until the day of Noah, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and they took no note. Then the flood came and swept them all away. So the presence of the Son of Man will be. But know one thing, that if the householder had known what watch the thief was coming, he would have kept awake and not allowed his house to be broken into. Because keep on the watch, therefore, because you don't know on what day your Lord is coming. So, who really is the faithful and discreet slave whom his master appointed over his domestics? He to give them their food at the proper time. Happy is that slave if the master on arriving finds him doing so and awake. Truly I say to you, he will appoint him over all his belongings. So you must keep awake and read the Bible and keep awake to the signs, and put faith in Jesus Christ, whom he said, I am the way, the truth and the life. Whoever goes to the Father comes through me. No one can go through the Father except through me. John 14:6. So, God bless.